Okay, this is just a video about my journey, during the whole locking process. Okay, let me start out by saying I'm a licensed stylist. I actually started out, um, I want to say the end of 80, was it? I'm going to say 89. Yeah, well, the end of 99. I decided that I wanted to try something different, and I've always done basic, roller sets, relaxers, colors, sew-ins, cut my hair off. I mean, I've done it all. But I decided I was going to go ahead and cut my hair. For the first time, when I cut my hair, I cut my hair. It was short. It was very short. And I did it for my birthday. I can't remember what age I was turning, but maybe 25 or something like that. I can't remember. But I was really excited about it. And I actually let my hair stay cut for a little while, and then I started to let it grow. I said, well, I want to try this afro thing. So I tried the afro, and my hair grew and it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. I don't know what possessed me at that time to relax it again. I just got to the point like, hey, I'm sick of this. I'm going to go ahead and relax it. I relaxed my hair, did that for a while, and that was what, 2000 when I relaxed it. It may have been a little bit later because it's probably after the summer or something. I think I had a back injury or something, and I just had my fro like that for a while. But the end of that, by that Christmas, I think my hair was relaxed in 2000, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. I'm like, all right. I just kept it, just kept taking care of it and everything. So, for 2 years, I kept my hair, shampoo, condition. I would do the braids, extensions, sew-ins. I was just constantly doing the same thing. And I'm like, okay, something else has got to give. So I messed around. My family and I, we decided to move to Atlanta. And it was like the early part of 2002. And I think I had a surgery earlier that year. So that's another thing. Anesthesia plays a lot of with hair shedding and stuff like that. So my hair started to break. And I'm like, okay, we got to do something because I'm not going to be walking around looking like this. And I'm saying that I'm a hairstylist and my head's looking like chickens and stuff, been licking on it. So I um I refrained from relaxing my hair for maybe 3, 4 months, and by then I had on probably about 4 inches of new growth. And I'm telling you, to me, it doesn't bother me because I'll cut my hair just like that and not even think twice about it. But I had cut my hair back off into a texturizer type of afro thing and did the color and all that kind of stuff. And I kept my hair like that for, again, a long time. I want to say maybe a year, maybe 2 years. And I had the biggest afro that there was. And somewhere along the line, 2004, I think I decided to let it grow again, just continue to let it grow. I think I've had 3 afros 3 different times in my life during this 10 year, from 2000, the beginning of 2000, the end of 99, up until 6 years ago, 2006. My husband and I, we both, well, he decided he was going to, um, he wanted to grow locks. And I was like, no, I don't think you need to do that. And, being a stylist, like, they're going to be nasty and you're not going to take care of them and, all that kind of stuff. And now keep in mind, I'm a stylist too. So, and I have seen some locks that need to be shaved and need to start all the way over. Bad scalp, hair, it just looks a mess. And it's just like, how do you walk around with one big lock that just have a lot of lint matted in it? Dirt, they smell. That was the whole thing. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. We can't do it. And he was like, well, why don't you do it with me? I said, I'll think about that. But keep in mind, too, I had a little miniature afro at the time. I'm like, I don't know. I'll think about it. So that particular day, I think I had gone out of town with my daughter. And we came back, and he's like, well, I'm ready. Go ahead and, twist my hair up. And I was like, I don't know. I do not know. They were just dreading that. So as I began to do more research and talking to people that I knew that had them, that were actually taking care of their hair, and I'm like, okay, well maybe he can do this. And then when I went ahead and twisted his, and he helped me get mine started too. First couple of times, when you get to the back, you can't see and all that. So Um, the process was very, I just say like this, it was very long. My hair grows extremely fast, and that was August of 2006 for me when I actually became locked. And by that December, I mean, I was able to put little twists right up here in the front. And I liked my hair when it was really short because I could do a lot of different styles. So, rub my hands through and just have it all sticking up and everything. So, but to make a long story short, I had done so much to it, and just trying to do the right thing, making sure I get the right products. Now that's another thing too. I have gone through so many different types of products in my hair just trying to find the right one. But I actually came across one that I actually like. It was the mango and lime. I think it's mango. I think it's Jamaica mango and lime. And we have actually been using that product, I want to say, for now 5 years. And before that, every 3 months we try to switch up something. That's not working. I don't like this. This ain't doing it. And I'm real particular when it comes to my hair because I don't like buildup. I don't like anything on my hair to make my hair feel heavy or to have my hair weighed down. And so we started using the product, and I'm telling you, it's like, see, when I started using it, my hair took off. Like, okay, I'm kind of digging this. Within that next year, after I had did my 1 year, my hair was like probably like hanging around right around here somewhere. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. Okay, I can dig this. And I started rolling it. My hair was shorter then, so I mean, rolling it was not a problem. I would roll it, I would twist it, do the plait outs, braid outs, pin curls, and I just had a lot of curls in my hair. As my hair got started to grow, my curls didn't last as long. I'm like, okay, we got to get creative here. But taking care of my hair has been a job within itself. I do not allow anybody to touch my hair. That's just a pet peeve. Just like the fish hooks with rolls, that's another pet peeve of mine. But I can remember when I was in college. I was taking I think it was a finance class, might have been, or no, it was accounting, and I had just colored my hair the day before, and I had stayed up all night. I had rotted my hair, and I mean, I had a lot of curls in my hair, and I mean, this was a new thing. It was bright red, and you know, and this lady, I don't know what her problem was, and I'm like, I don't even know you like that. She came up behind me. She had to be mid 40s, if not 40ish or so. She was older. She put her hands in my head, and she was like, I like that. And I before I knew it, I turned around and I actually snapped. I'm like, hold up. Look, I don't mean any harm, no disrespect or anything. I said, but I don't know where your hands have been. And I don't know if anybody else out there that has locks, that has experienced that, where people come in and putting their hands and stuff in your head. And I mean, I had a problem with that even when I was growing up. That was just a problem. That's very personal. And as long as I've been growing my hair, there's only two other people that have actually been in my head, which is my daughter and my husband. So, it's like, and I really don't like them touching it because I'm so tender-headed now. When I say, and I'm heavy-handed also. So tender-headed and heavy-handed do not go together. And I mean, to even shampoo my hair, that hurts too. But I just, kind of snapped a little bit at the lady because, I'm like, I don't know if someone had told her that, when she was coming up, you just don't touch people without their permission, let alone their hair. And the only thing I kept saying, I'm like, I don't know where your hands have been. I just washed my hair yesterday. Um, I just have an issue with that. You all in my space. So I just, and actually, when she did it, I actually thought, or maybe I could assume that I had felt some of my energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, you know how it is when you get your hair done. Like, yeah, I'm feeling good or whatever. I know my hair looks good, and then somebody comes and touches it, just like you're up here and you go, you fall down. So I'm like, this is not going to work at all. So I went home. I told my husband about it, and he was like, well, Daniel, maybe just kind of like, just over exaggerated and blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I know what this lady did to me, and I felt violated, and she had the nerve to touch my hair. But, but for me, it's been trial and error. There have been some things that I could have done better where my hair was concerned, because I had just, okay, yesterday I just finished, day before yesterday, I just finished taking, redoing, retightening my locks and stuff. And I had some two-headed dragons or two-headed monsters, where a couple of locks may have infused together, and then they have one big one, you have these two little things hanging on the ends and stuff like that. And for a long time, I would never cut them. I was like, no, just leave them there. I'm just going to let them stay there. But then I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut them. And I promise, if I get any more, I think I cut maybe about 20 of them that were like that, which is not bad over a 6-year period to have locks like that. And I mean, I think I've been doing pretty good. My husband tells me all the time that he wants me to go to a stylist, go to one of my girlfriends that does locks. And I told him, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I can do it myself. It just takes me all day. Then it just takes me all day to do my hair. But I'm not going to anyone to do my hair when I can do my hair for myself. And he was like, well, yeah, that may be true. And he's like, but you complain about it all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I complain about it, but not to the point where I want somebody else to do my hair. And I've always been like that. And growing up, just didn't let people play in my hair. I think it had a lot to do with my mom too, telling us like, don't let nobody touch your hair and blah 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 blah. And another thing too, when you have a lot of people in and out of your head, um, me personally, I believe it stunts your growth on your locks. Now, I've been growing my locks for, like I said, 6 years, and nobody, nobody has gotten in my head in 6 years. And I can't even imagine if somebody was in my head what my locks would look like. I'm not saying that personally, but I just know me. I just have a problem with it. And I can even say this. There was right before I had actually decided to do it, I went to I want to say a African shop that so they specialize in braids and locks and twists and all this kind of stuff like that. And one, I never tell people that I'm a stylist. I never do that until after. If they do something to make me mad, while I'm in there, then I'll let them know. But I went in. Now, keep in mind, I shampoo my hair anyway. But um, I assumed that this woman was going to shampoo my hair when I came in. As soon as I came in, I told her what I was looking for, and she said, "Oh yeah, yeah, you come on in, and have a seat." She draped me and everything, and she started looking at my hair. I guess she was looking at my scalp and stuff, and my husband was sitting down in the car, and he was like, "Are you gonna stay?" I was like, "Yeah, but don't you leave me here. You leave me, because I don't know what they." So anyway, so, we were sitting texting and stuff on the phone, and I heard her. She started talking, speaking another language, and I didn't know what she was saying. I'm like, okay, so they ain't here talking about me now, so something's really up. So I waited and I waited and I waited, and I felt something cold on the back of my neck. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And then I felt it. She had pulled out a big bucket of Ampro gel. Ampro gel. Those of us that know, Ampro gel is one of the most drying styling agents that there are out there. And it's very hard, and it dries, and then it leaves flakes if you use too much of it. And she twisted my hair like that. I mean, I sat there, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm just like, maybe. And I mean, she didn't shampoo me, which was a red flag. I should have got up. It was partially my fault, because I should have stopped her then. Two, I did my whole head with, twisted with the gel. I'm like, you said you are a lock stylist. I mean, you are a expert, or I'm just like, okay, I'm baffled now. So she twisted, and twisted. She said, you can sit under a dryer. And I'm like, okay, I hate dryers. I sat under a dryer, and when I got ready to go, and I told her, I pulled out my license, and I told her, I said, I didn't appreciate not being shampooed when I came in. And I told her, I said, according to the state here where we live at, that is a requirement that you are supposed to shampoo my hair and twist. And then the way you twisted my hair, I said, I am very unsatisfied. I didn't appreciate the service that I received. And also, My hair is, I mean, all of it just gel. And she's like, oh Lord, sorry, I'm sorry. I said, no, I'm gonna go ahead and pay you, but I shouldn't have paid her for a poor service that I got.